Good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel and another video of mine. I'm Mike from GoHealthy.today. Once in a while on my channel, I'll be telling you a little story about myself and my weight loss journey. And you've guessed it, today is one of those days. Today I'll be telling you about the build up to my weight gain and how I got the motivation to start my weight loss journey. Alright, so now let's get started. So growing up, I was very active. I joined the school's hockey team and cricket team. And during the weekend, I would even play soccer with some friends. And after school, sometimes I would go to a friend's house and would be even lifting weights. I can still remember clearly that me and my friend Michael, we would go to his house after school, and in his room he had this barbell and some loose plated weights. We would put those together and we would do some bicep curls, bench presses. We didn't have a bench at that time, so we would put things together, like we would use his bed and then we would use a chair, and we'll find ways to make a bench and do some bench presses. We were still young at that time, so we would find different kind of ways to lift weights just to build some muscle. And at home, we hardly went out to eat. We would normally eat home cooked meals, and I would consider Chinese food quite healthy. So as you can see, when I was young, there was no problem with exercise and eating healthy food. But then when I went to the workforce and I started working, I had less time to exercise, and I basically used up all my time for work and social activities. I would go out with friends to clubs and parties, and I would start drinking more, and that's when I even developed the habit of smoking. And as you know, when I started to drive, I couldn't wait to go out. I hardly stayed at home, and I ate less home cooked meals, and I ate more takeouts and fast foods. Going on with that, going on a period of time, obviously of course I started gaining weight and became more lazy. And I was still playing soccer with a couple of friends, but I could even feel that I was not that fit and flexible anymore. And one night while I was playing indoor soccer with them, I went to tackle for a ball, and because of my fitness at the time, flexibility, and the weight I was carrying, I couldn't stop myself in time, and I missed tackle the ball and went straight into the wall. I injured my shoulder, and I was told that I wasn't able to do any heavy exercises, or I can't move the shoulder too much, and I needed to rest it for a couple of months. In my head, I was thinking, yes, that was the perfect excuse I was looking for to stop doing any kind of exercise, because I was getting too lazy. So from that day onwards, basically my daily routine looked something like this. I would come home from work and I'll go straight to the fridge, grab a beer, get some snacks, and get my ashtray, set my computer up, get everything ready, and start playing online games. That went on for quite a while. And time flies when you have no worries and no care of anything. And next thing you know, a couple of years went by and I got married and had kids. And at my wedding, my best man Michael said during his speech that he's glad that I finally found someone that I love more than KFC. So without knowing, that was the image I portrayed to my friends and others in my life. Even though I got married and had kids, my daily routine hardly changed. Just that I couldn't smoke in the house anymore and I had to help with the kid. At that time, I was in denial, and I was very defensive when someone would come and tell me that I need to start losing weight or I was fat. And in my defense, I would be telling them that, no, you see, I am happy the way I am right now. So I want to stay like this. Or I haven't gained that much weight. I don't see much change. And the best one that I normally tell people, and my friends even know this, is that I would tell them, no, I'm not that fat. I'm just big boned. Even though that my t-shirts would not fit me anymore, they would get so much more tighter, and I would even buy bigger sizes. And I stopped even wearing jeans because my jeans won't fit me anymore. Or some of them will fit me, but I couldn't put my wallet or my phone inside because it was too tight. And I started wearing tracksuit pants, which fitted better with the elasticity. And even like that, I still didn't find that my weight was a problem. And one night, my wife came to me and said that she was looking at some of the promotions that a famous wedding photo company had in China. You see, once in a while, around maybe 2 years, we would go to China and visit her family. And she thought it would be a good time that the next visit we would retake our wedding photos in China with that company, because she didn't like the wedding photos we had or we took in South Africa. Well, I agreed with her because I also didn't like those photos. And after a few days, she came back to me and said that, okay, she got the deal and she has booked us and have already paid the deposit to that company. But the only problem was when she gave the company my measurements and weight and height, they told her that I had to bring my own clothes. So normally this wedding company would provide people with wedding dresses or suits and clothing. But when they asked her for my measurements and weight and stuff, they said no, they don't think that I'll be able to fit in any of their clothes. And I needed to provide my own clothing. And I told my wife, all right, I will take my own clothes. But of course, I was disappointed and embarrassed. With that happening and a couple of other things that happened during the same month, for starters, I had trouble playing with my kids. They loved when I picked them up and threw them in the air. But of course, I maybe threw them 2, 3 times in the air and I would be tired. Or they would want to chase me or ask me to chase them around the house. But after a while, I would be out of breath and couldn't play with them anymore. I could see that they were disappointed and they wanted to carry on playing. And also, while I was shopping, I bumped into a friend of mine that I haven't seen for a couple of years. He looked at me at first and didn't realize who I was. And finally, when he recognized me, his facial expression said it all. It said that, wow, Mike, look how fat you are. And also during the same month, while I was driving with my wife, we stopped at the Robot, and this homeless guy that was there that I normally drive past when I was going to work and supported, came and we started chatting while I was waiting for the robot to change. And during our conversation, I introduced him to my wife, and he said that, wow, that's your wife. I thought it was your daughter. So, of course, Heather started laughing, and she had so much to write about and told all her friends on social media about this. But for me, on the other hand, it was very embarrassing. And during that month, what I gathered was that I was unfit, I was fat, and I was old. So I said, that was it. I had to start doing something about my life and start losing weight. So During mid-October 2016, I finally decided that I needed to start losing weight. I even told my wife that she can tell the wedding photo company to start preparing some clothes for me. I would bring some clothes myself, but by that time I would have lost enough weight to fit in their clothes. I told her I was sure about it. And I told her my goal was to lose 25 kilograms before our wedding photo shoot. And the photo shoot was booked for beginning of June the following year. So I had a little over 7 months to do this. And that was how my weight loss journey started. My starting weight was 98.7 kilograms. Alright guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and please support by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Leave a comment and suggestions of how I can better my channel or ideas of videos that you would like to see. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Go healthy, go success.